The story of House of the Dragon will be able to add to Game of Thrones, including greater explanation of one key location. House of the Dragon's timeline takes place around 200 years before Game of Thrones, beginning in 101 AC, with the Targaryen Civil War at its center, the Dance of the Dragons, running from 129 to 131 AC. In contrast, the story of Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen et al. Starts around 298 AC. That means it will be a very different Westeros, with some families missing. The Martells and the Tyrells have no real role to play in this story. Others different, the Starks won't be the main heroes, and some new ones added in, like House Velaryon. In terms of Game of Thrones Westeros locations, House of the Dragon will revisit some of the most important places, as well as introducing new ones. Viewers can be expected to become familiar with somewhere like Driftmark, the family home of House Velaryon, but there'll also be plenty of locations seen in the parent show. These include the great, burned castle of Harrenhal, the Targaryen ancestral home of Dragonstone, and various parts of King's Landing, including the Dragonpit that sits Rhaenys Hill. The Dragonpit in Game of Thrones became incredibly important, but only as a place where key meetings and decisions were made. It's here where the Westerosi nobles gather for their summit in Season 7 to try and take decisive action in the war against the Army of the Dead, and where the Great Council is held to elect Bran Stark as king in Game of Thrones Season 8. But even a minor background character in Game of Thrones refers to it as a damned ruin, which is very much not the case in the prequel. House of the Dragon will have 17 dragons, many of which will be held in the Dragon Pit, meaning viewers will be able to see it operational for its original purpose. Rather than just an old ruin, this will be, based on the trailers, more like a giant temple, one crucial to the story of the dragons, and to the Civil War, meaning there'll be a much clearer sense of its importance and history than Game of Thrones.